Hey y'all, welcome to the Filling Station. It's a new day, another opportunity to either make money in this market or to just learn from the market. But first, let me give my disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. I just enjoy teaching people how to build generational wealth. And yes, the stock market is just one of those avenues. So this video is for educational purposes only. But if you could please like, share, comment, subscribe, y'all. We learn and we grow together. With that being said, let's get started. So we are looking at Tesla, and y'all know I say it so often. Tesla does what Tesla does, right? We closed at 309.87. And it looks as if we've been getting rejected. We got rejected a few times at this 312 or 311.50 here that we have marked. And yes, that is a resistance area for Tesla. We tested 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times only to come back down. Looks like we bounced off of the ATR trail and stopped. Tried to make its way back up, but we had a few resistance there. So where are the trouble places as of now for Tesla? Well, we need to get back above this area here, let's say around the 308.47 here. And if we break this area, 308.47, we could very well have trouble again somewhere around the 310.07. Should we break that, we could possibly have trouble again, 310.81, and breaking that level somewhere around 311.50. Again, that could be a resistance area. Now, breaking that, we could very well have trouble again, 312.11. And again here at 312.57. So those are possible areas of rejection to the upside. Now to the downside, let's say we break under this level 307.86, we can come back to the ATR trail and stop 50 EMA and a level that we have very close, 307.23. This could be a strong support area for Tesla. Keep in mind there's a few layers of support right here. So from the 307 area down to about the 305.54, we could very well get stopped out in between there. So let's say 307.23, 306.75, 306.36, let's see here, 306.90, 305.98, and again 305.54. Those are possible support areas for Tesla. Breaking that, we can come back to around 304.29, and as we see the 200 EMA as of now 303.58, which is not far from a level that I have marked 303.29. So breaking that brings us back to 302.79. So if you're trading Tesla today, those are possible areas of support and resistance. And y'all know I say in this market, anything is possible, right? So we are now looking at the SPY. We closed at 625.82. Looks like we tried to come back up. This is our 4 o'clock candle. Got rejected around that 624, around the 624.74 area, only to come back down and find support here at this level that I have marked 621.68. I like to see that. Seems like we came and found support, bounce from there, only to get back rejected, get rejected again around the 622.93 area. So where are the trouble places, right, for the SPY? Back to the upside, 622.93, breaking that 623.25. Should we break that 623.50, not far from this 50 EMA at the 623.58. So should we break that, we could possibly have trouble again, 624.04, breaking that 624.40, and breaking that brings us back to around the 624.74 area, which was that ATR trail, and stop here. Now back, continuing to the downside, let's say we break under this level 622.13, we could possibly have trouble 621.68. Breaking that level 621.40, breaking that level, we could possibly find support 620.95, 620.66, 620.46, 620.29. There's a few layers of support there for the SPY, and breaking that 619.96 and under that 619.75. So if the SPY is something that you trade today, I say trade carefully. Now we are now looking at NVDA. We closed at 164.10. And it has been finding support at this level 162.56. 1, 2, we're back at it a third time. So are we going to break through it the next time, or or is that going to be our bounce to take us higher? Where are the trouble places as of now? Support is around the 163.04, resistance 163.37. that is the zone that it's trading in now. to the upside, we could possibly have trouble again. 163.61, breaking that level somewhere around the 163.81 and breaking that. The ATR trailing stop 164.04. That could be a strong resistance area in my opinion. Breaking that, which is, the next level I have marked at 164.12, very close to that ATR trailing stop. So again, this could be a strong resistance area for NVIDIA around that 164 area. So breaking that 164.12, we could possibly have trouble 164.42, and breaking that 164.84 is within reach. Now, back to the downside. Let's say we break under 163.04. Breaking that can bring us back to around 162.78, and breaking that level around the 162.56. Should we break that 162.30 and breaking that 162.30, we can come back to 161.91. Something stopped us here in this area, 161.91 or the 161.88 area. Should we break that, we can come back to the 161.61. Something stopped us here. Breaking that brings us back to the 161.44 and losing that area 160.99 or the 161. So if NVIDIA is something that you trade today, again, I say trade carefully. We are now looking at AMD. We closed at 144.16, and it too, it seems to be finding support here. It's like immediately I go to the gathering spot, right? So again, support for AMD is around the 143.03. Resistance around the 143.44. That is the zone that it's trading in as of now. So back to the upside, breaking the 143.44. We could possibly have trouble 143.69, 144, 144.29, 144.60, and breaking that brings us back to around this level 145.12. And should we break that 145.51? Now back to the downside. Looks like this 5 and 50 wants to cross here, so definitely need to be careful if AMD is something that you trade. Again, not financial advice. Breaking this level 143.03, the ATR trailing stop 142.79. In my opinion, it's going to be a strong support for AMD. Should we break that level, we could come back to 142.23, again 141.81, 141.41, 141.03, and 140.52, and y'all see that 200 EMA is at 140.44. So in my opinion, this too could be a strong support area for AMD. Again, not financial advice, so y'all, I say mark your levels, and once it goes against your Y, get out. I do not have Meta. Let's see if we can add that. I do not have Meta on the list for today, so let's see where we are with Meta. And it seems like it's just trading kind of sideways, kind of like that, finding support at that 720. We've tested that 1, 2. Looks like it wants to come back down to that area again. So let's see where the trouble places are. Back to the upside, we will need to get back above this level here, 723.81. Breaking that, we could possibly have trouble again, 724.96. Again here at 725.46. Breaking that, 726.99. Should we break that 726.99, I have the ATR trailing stop and a level here of resistance around the 728. So around the 727.52 and the 728 area could be a strong resistance area for Meta. Now breaking that, we could possibly have trouble again, 729.14, and breaking that level, let's say something stopped us around the 729.97. Should we break that 731.07 and breaking that 732.33, breaking that level 733.62, and should we break that 734.34. Now to the downside, let's say we break under this level 721.14. Should we break that, we could possibly find support again, 720. And if we break that 720 area for Meta, it seems like the 720 and then the 718.63, breaking that 717.04, breaking that level 715.58, and again 714.77, breaking that 714.77. I have 713.46, and breaking that, we could very very well come back to the 7, 11, 27. So if Meta is something that you trade today, I say trade carefully, y'all. In this market, anything is possible. Nothing is guaranteed, right? So we do have a few inside day candles, GameStop being one of those. GME is on the list again, breaking the 23.33 area. 23.60 is the target now to the downside, under the 23.01 downside target for GameStop today, 22.52. So if that GameStop is something that you trade today, I say trade carefully. Bank of America, BAC, is also an inside day candle above 47.24, upside target 47.48. Now to the downside, which we have already broken through that, 46.75, and reached that 46.75 trigger to the, we've already reached the target to the downside. And the pre-market low thus far for Bank of America is 46.53. Now, can we find support and go back to the upside? We very well can. We need to get back above this 46.75 area. Just know we could possibly have trouble at the, the 46.86 area, which is the ATR trailing stop. So if Bank of America is something that you trade today, I say trade carefully. Google, Alphabet Inc. C is an inside day candle for today, above 179.68, upside target 180.30. Now to the downside, under 175.71, we have a downside target today for Alphabet Inc. C or Google at 173.81. So Google or Alphabet Inc. C is an inside day candle, as well as Alphabet Inc. A. So GOOGL is also an inside day candle. Interesting, right? So if we should break above 178.48, upside target 179.53. Now to the downside for Alphabet Inc. A, 174.45. If we should break that downside target, 172.20. So if that Google is something that you trade, again, it is an inside day candle. What I like to do is mark the levels and the trigger. If it break beyond this area, this is our possible target. And if by chance we break under a certain level, this is our possible target. Make sure you have confirmation before you enter your trades. And once it goes against your Y, get out, right? So this is what I see when I look at the market. Y'all, there are so many different ways to trade the market. And again, what's challenging is trying to figure out the strategy that works best for you and for you to have the discipline to execute your plan. I hope that everyone have a very profitable and a very, very productive day today. Again, if you could, please like, share, subscribe. Y'all, we learn and we grow together. With that being said, be blessed as well as a blessing unto others. Until next time.